Sheri! Happy holidays, as I like to say. Thank you for requesting a Kelly's Osho Zen reading. My apologies for taking so long to do this, but as you may have noticed on Facebook, um, I am playing the role of Hobo Barbie. Um, and actually, I'm having a lot of fun with it because when you're Hobo Barbie, you can just yell at people on the street, and remind them how awful being homeless is. But anyways, it's been crazy. So but anyways, I pulled you some cards, so let's see what's showing up for you now. And I'm pretty sure there'll be some messages in there for me and whoever else is eavesdropping on this video. And trust me, I have a lot of stalkers. So anyways, my God, Sheri, you have no idea how weird things have gotten. Okay, so let's see what's showing up. The current theme, and keep in mind this reading is pretty much valid for the next 2 weeks, más o menos. Thunderbolt! Whoa! I can already tell this is going to be an intense reading, which makes sense because if you haven't noticed, it's been a pretty intense time for everyone. So, yeah, this is not just for you, this is for the planet. um, Thunderbolt is when we have very unexpected surprises. And they're usually a thunderbolt. This is happening all around us. I don't know if you noticed over the last couple days, there was like a line of tornadoes snaking like through 6 states in middle America and just going across the board, wiping out homes and everything. So there's that kind of thunderbolt level, like surprise, house fire, or car accident. Like people are having accidents, people are having heart attacks, people are losing their shit. And that's because, because there's a lot going on every level. I'm talking interdimensional, I'm talking Mother Nature, climate change kind of bullshit. I'm talking evolution on every level. And people are waking up. Those people that have not woken up, all these crazy activities, all these crazy, whatever the fuck was going on in San Bernardino. I was driving past, I was in a van with the love cult. Driving right past San Bernardino while that shit with ISIS, whatever, was going on. I mean, like, literally, we're driving right past it. Had no idea that, like, it's just been insane. So, just to clarify, this is Thunderbolt season. For those people that have not woken up yet, well, if you've not woken up yet, you're going to get your fucking ass kicked one way or another. You're either going to get your ass kicked by Mother Nature, which I am always rooting for, or your animals, or your kids, or your boss, or your ex, or, if you haven't healed those old childhood traumas and stories and wounds, that shit is showing up fiercely and intensely. And I've had like some of my closest, oldest friends, even an ex-lover, just completely explode on me. Like my ex-lover, literally, I had food in my hand. I brought him salmon and spinach salad, and I'm like, hi, hey, let's have dinner. And he like shoved me out of the house. He like, So anyways, I'm just saying people are losing their shit. And this may be happening to you. And if not, it's happening around you. So it's important as a healer, as a light worker, holding that space of sanity and reason. Says the woman with the dot. It was slightly off. Wait, I kind of want to move it over. Hold on. Oh, that's even better. Okay, I'm going to do this from now on. Also, I like to do this. Somebody will be really serious, like these spiritual, the gurus. And they will, they'll be talking to me and they're taking themselves way too fucking seriously. And so when they turn around, like I'll ask a question, they'll look that way, and then I'll quickly go, wait, I can't even keep it on. Anyways, I'll put it on my nose. I do kind of want a nose ring. I think it'll look good. Maybe not that big, but anyways, I digress. People are losing their shit, so it's very important to keep your sense of humor, keep your wits about you, be aware, stay connected, do whatever. And here's the deal. When they lose their shit on you, Sheri, as soon as love is no longer being served, get the fuck out. Then that's their karma, their story. Let them release. Don't let them release on you. And God, all don't try to absorb that shit. You want to just like funnel it somewhere else. Don't take that on. You've got that little laser electric sword, whatever you call that Tesla bulb magic sword shit you use. You better, I hope you're cleansing yourself. Whatever you need to do with that thing. Anyways, yeah, this is happening to everyone all around us in every kind of way. And those of us that are a little bit more aware than others, and I just say a little, but you know what I'm saying. It is our job is to keep a sense of humor, to keep things light, to keep responding with love, and also sometimes with a kick in the shins. I'm pretty sure I'm back in Chico just to be like, kick some fucking ass out here. Because don't get me started. Anyways, next, let's look at your yin. What's going on in the mind, which I can only imagine. Oh, lover's card. Oh, do 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 do. Okay. Well, I want to hear about this. This says you're thinking about a lover, and it might be someone from the past, or it might be someone you haven't met yet. Well, I mean, if we go in this time standard, not past life stuff. Surely you've met them in a past life, but whatever, you know what I'm saying. Who knows? But this is what you're starting to. You're calling a loving relationship. And so you may have an old lover show up. I mean, who knows how that's going to show up? But that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And stay there. So when all this shit is going on, go to your happy place. Imagine your ideal man, and you may already know him. You just didn't see it. Or he might come out and know you have no idea. I love, by the way, whenever I meet someone and I learn that they're married or they have a partner or whatever, they're polyamorous, they have 900 partners, who knows? I always ask, like, how did you meet? Because each love story is so unique and so beautiful, and there's magic, and that's when people believe in magic. If you ask them to tell you a story, people are like, I don't believe in magic, or I don't believe whatever, or fate, or synchronicity, whatever term you want to use, coincidence. When you ask them to tell a story about how they met the person they love most in their life, they know there's magic, because there's always a magic story. Like, we were in the elevator and I was, whatever the crazy. I have a friend who met the love of her life at the dollar store. Like, you really don't know. So anyway, so always keep open to that. But this says that's where your mind and if it's in your mind, then it's definitely means the heart has gotten to the mind. This is good. So go stay here. This is a great place to be, especially when everyone else is losing their shit around you. Okay, next, what you're projecting out and what will be funneled back. Possibilities. Hey, this is a really, it started off pretty intense, but I am seeing it's the people around us, that are losing their shit. And we're supposed to have compassion for them, but I'm also trying out a few martial arts because, oh, look, we got a guest. Hey, I saw the door open behind me. This is Miney. Miney, say hi. Miney. Anyways, Miney is part Chihuahua and trying to step on the cards, which all animals do. They try, the cats especially. They're like, I'm gonna get on those cards. Okay, but thanks anyways for joining us, Miney. Miney's half Chihuahua, half Jack Russell, which I don't know if you recall, but when I was in Africa, I had two of some of my favorite, I don't have favorite dogs, but Boo and Paco. One was a Chihuahua, one was a Jack Russell. This is a mix. Anyways, I'm liking Miney over here. Okay, so anything is possible. Just remember, anything is possible. Look for it. Anything is possible. And then the impossible will happen to you. Okay, next, let's see what your meditation card is, your to-do card. This is a really powerful, positive meeting. Oh, and as soon as I say that, I belong Zyro. Okay. This card is just a reminder to allow yourself to feel sorrow. Like, for example, whenever I spend time with people, because I know that I'm a purifier and I absorb some of that negativity, much like a cat. Cats do that. Dogs give love. Dogs put the love out. The cats absorb the negative. They clean. They're like air purifiers. They're spiritual purifiers. Look that shit up. That's like Egyptian shit. Anyways, sorrow. What's going to happen is we're feeling collective sorrow. I mean, I was almost taken out when, okay, there was Beirut was going, I saw it started in fucking Palestine. Surprise. That's not a new fucking story. Started in Palestine, then Beirut went off, Afghanistan was going off, Indonesia was on fire. I don't think anybody knew that was going on because Paris got hit. Like when all that shit was going down, whatever month that was, October, Scorpio time, whatever, it was overpowering. And at a certain point, I was like, okay, I need to stop and feel through this sorrow, even though I'm feeling part of the collective and then in my own and then in the place where I was at that time. I was living in like elder town. So like the sorrow of all the dying old people we have in these, I mean, it was just ridiculous. But this is saying, make sure you allow yourself, don't allow yourself to feel through the pain, even if it's not your pain. Because that's part of the cleansing, that's part of the transmutation, that's part of the transformation and mutating the quote-unquote negative into something new and beautiful, integrated. And I hope that all made sense to you because that was a lot of information. But this is saying make sure to feel the sorrow. So I do, and ask people, I don't know if you've ever seen me do this because when I was at your house in Miami, I would go to my little sacred space I made by the lake. I had one for sunset and one for sunrise. You know where I'm talking about, by your house. It was beautiful. And that's where I would do what it's called crying vision. I had no idea what it was, but I would have these huge bouts of just complete, I would start weeping, wailing, like snot coming out of my nose, crying over stuff going on anywhere on the planet that was horrible. Like, just wailing for humanity. And they call that depression. But now that I'm familiar with the Lakota Sioux rituals, which were handed down to Black Elk, if you read Black Elk, that's sacred peace pipe stuff and all that stuff. One of the rituals is called crying vision. And crying vision is when we release, when we purify, when we feel through that collective sorrow and pain, purify it, clear it. I know this, and there's Kabbalah terms for this shit, but I can't even remember. You know this stuff. It's just saying make sure you're taking time to cry or wail or however you get that shit out. Some people do martial arts, some people do running. I mean, whatever work that they get out. Another great way is physical labor, gardening, physical stuff, ground stuff, getting in the dirt, getting dirty, fishing, whatever. So make sure that you're clearing out all sorrow, because if you leave it, sorrow is like mildew or mold or asbestos. If you ignore it, if you neglect it, if you leave just a little bit there, it starts to. Okay, so anyways, make sure you do some cleansings, and you don't even have to know what the fuck you're feeling, or what it's about. I mean, I had a pretty good idea when Paris and Beirut, I was feeling all the Syrians, and I was like, oh my God, why the fuck am I here? Get me out of here, But I do that all the time. But hopefully you have more gentler ways, or whatever ways work for you, But yeah, just do purifications, cleansing. Go to the Turkish baths. Fucking go to the Turkish baths. That's like the best cleansing, because you get the Russian, Turkish bath stuff, sweat lodge, whatever. Ooh, we need Turkish baths out here. We don't have Turkish baths on the West Coast. Fuck yeah, let's do that. Anyways, complete with the Swedish showers. Okay, but next, let's go to work and home, awareness. This is a big deal card. This is like, okay, another veil has been lifted, opened, whatever you want to say. As far as my personal experience with this last veil that was lifted is, instead of farting sunshine and feeling like, oh, I am one with the universe and all that stuff, instead I was like, okay, this is fucking bullshit. I could see the shadow side of people. I could see people that I love. I could see people that were friends of mine. I could see people that, I mean, just they're ugly coming out clear as fucking day to me, and it was pissing me off. So then I was like, well, you know what? I tried it the nice way, folks. I tried to be cute and sweet and goofy guru and sugarcoat this for you. But now that we're kind of getting down to the wire, this is bullshit. So I found that this is my experience. This doesn't necessarily mean we're all in different classes and what stuff, but we're clearly all on the same wavelength, or we wouldn't be connected still. Look, there's a siren going off. That was for me. Every time a siren goes off, someone's head's blowing off. But that's a Kali joke, just so you know. But this is saying, yeah. Also, let me give you an example. Like, this is something they don't tell you in spiritual class. As you're going through Kabbalah and Hindu and Buddhist and all the different types of Tibetan Buddhist, Zen Buddhist, and as you're going through all these spiritual and religious and philosophical, I mean, I was even reading 100 of the top Western traditional thinkers. We're talking Adam Smith stuff, Karl Marx shit, Jung, Sigmund Freud, and all the fucking Greeks and shit. But whatever, after you get done with all that, then there's the dark arts. Then you're going to start learning about the dark arts. And of course, it's always a choice. I personally do not, that's not my preferred means of communicating with people. However, now that I've had some training and experience directly, which that's a crazy story. I don't even know how I'm going to tell that story, but one day I will tell that story. Also known as the ride from Venice Beach. Well, I was in the desert for 40 days. Okay. Longer than 40 days. But the point is the dark arts, now I can recognize it, and people do use that shit. So, wow. So yeah, that takes everything to a whole new level. So I'm saying that what is surprising a lot of the spiritual hippie people is that sometimes when the veil is lifted, our response is not love. It's like, this is bullshit and it needs to stop. And that also is love. Jesus, if you recall, threw a couple tantrums in the temples and kind of pissed off the Pharisees. He pretty much pissed off everybody. Except his 12 friends, except the one traitor. But we all know who that was. But they killed him. They were so mad, they killed him. But Jesus also had a mean fucking side. And that's also part of integration, integrating the negativity, integrating the bad. And we know from this crazy shit like going on in Paris and shit, when we leave out one person, they can show up at an elementary school with an AK-47 and hurt a lot of people and also hurt collective consciousness. So it's important to include those crazy motherfuckers into our story in the most loving way we possibly can. However, sometimes that love is a kick in the shins. Or the ass, depending on, Anyways, okay, I'm done with that. All right, next, your heart card. Let's see what's showing up. The burden. Okay, this is something I'm constantly having to remind myself. We become slaves to service. We can be slaves to service where when you're getting sick, when you're getting tired, when shit starts falling apart, when your electronics are not working, Facebook's not cooperating, when traffic is showing up, when you need to be somewhere at 8 o'clock, whatever. When you start hitting obstacles and when you start getting cranky and tired and hypoglycemic and however else that shows up in you, I mean, of course, I'm just relating my own personal, but you'll have your own unique variety. This is the universe's way, your soul, your body, it's a conspiracy of your way to tell you that you've taken on too much. You need to love and take care of yourself. So this is saying, let go of other people's bullshit. Let go. Like I've started saying, no, I really don't want to do that. That's really no, and I find that the more that I speak up for myself, the more that I stand up for myself or others, which are usually children and animals and plants, I might fucking add. Most of these visits I've gone to like families' houses and shit, I know I'm called there by the kids. The kids are like, look what I got to fucking deal with here. And they're like, can you like, do you see what my parents are doing and like how help us get out of this fucking prison that they call conscious parenting, you know? Whatever. And then I got to tell the parent, do you see what you're doing to your child? And of course, I'm the bad guy. But whatever. The point is, when we let go, what does removing the burden look like? It means saying no when we don't want to do something. It means asking for what we want clearly. And it doesn't mean sacrifice, or at least I don't want sacrifice. I'm like, fuck sacrificing, you know? No, how about everyone be happy? How about everyone fucking get it? How about everyone have a good time and no one has to suffer unless they want to? There are those weird people. But I personally don't want to suffer anymore just to prove a point. I don't want to suffer anymore or be a target anymore just to show people what a fucking ass they are, or how full of shit they are, or what a bully they are, or whatever the case is. I'm kind of fucking tired of it because I have played this role for 42 fucking years, big time. And I have taken on some of the world's biggest assholes. And I only know because I am an asshole too. So, anyways, this is saying let go of other people's shit. You should be concentrating on love in whatever form you want, in all the forms, and everything that's possible. Keep to your happy place. When sorrow presents yourself, whether it's yours or someone else's, whatever, make sure to cleanse that. Do whatever rituals work for you. And then this is the mind spirit card, miser. Share your thoughts. Okay, Sheri Kaplan, you are, well, you're a rock star, you know that. You are a badass and you are radically honest, and that is your strength. That is your strength. Your radical honesty, your fuck off, I love how when you like want money or something, you're like, I am, you like go for it. That's what we need. That's what we need. Some people call that bitchy. Some people call that bossy. Some people, they have all kinds of little names for that, but it's basically called being a leader. A true leader shares. A true leader shares their true emotions, their true feelings, their true actions, their integrity. They share, they do not hide. There are no secrets, there's no transparency. They ask a lot of questions. They share their food, they share their money, they share their clothes, they share their time. They share whatever they can share, even if they only have one fucking roller bag. Okay? And I'm still a better tipper. I am the highest tipping fucking hobo Barbie. And oh, I lost my bindi. Surely that's symbolic. But my point is, speak up. Speak up and speak out. Don't be afraid to speak your truth. And yes, people are going to explode and lose their shit on you, but you're a Zen master and you'll be like, wah. And plus you got that magic like electric Tesla sword. And I want to meet Elon Musk. I think he might be my twin flame. But anyways, last, we got the rebel card. Don't forget, you are a rebel. You are a superwoman. You please go like back through your photos or your scrapbook or your awards or your, all that crazy shit, and look at how much you have accomplished on this planet. Not just for HIV and AIDS. You took it bigger than that. You took on STDs and all of that stuff, and those also ostracized, isolated, the lepers du jour. I mean, think about it. AIDS and homelessness are the lepers du jour, right? That's what Jesus would do. I'm doing a lot of Jesus stuff, and I know you got a little Jewish in you. So, but anyways, Same thing. Jesus was a Jew, yo. So anyways, remember, you are a rebel and you are super powerful. You are fierce and you stand in truth and take no shit. And you know who's also giving a lot of shit? Elders. No more shit from elders. I'm tired of grumpy old angry elders who are sick and won't fucking die, and then they're trying to make people feel guilty and do all kinds of crazy shit. You know, we need to bring love to the elders, okay? And we need to include them. I don't know why that's showing up, but you work with elders, so I know you do hospice care and all that stuff too, because you're magic. God, you have crazy skills. Think of your chef skills, your food medicine. Think of your Tesla sword. Think of your knowledge. You created one of the first integrated for-profit, non-profit medical, like Western medicine meets holistic and psychological, sociological. You are a genius, Sheri, is what I'm saying. So do whatever the fuck you want to do, and do it out of love for you and not out of service, because both you and I, we have been slaves to service. And now it's our turn to have a good time and delegate and teach others how to do that. Well, we don't really teach them, we just do it. You know, we do it and then hopefully they learn. 100th monkey. You know, and if they learn, they learn. If they don't, whatever. You know, we tried. So anyways, this is a great reading. I hope you get, like, it started off pretty intense, but it has been intense. But just know that love is on the horizon, if it isn't already. I want all the details. And then anything is possible. So start daydreaming again. Start daydreaming. Instead of focusing on all this crazy fuck that's going on the planet, start daydreaming and manifesting a vision and doing Sheri loving work. Turkish baths, do some kind of cleanse, a sweat lodge, ayahuasca. You know, you've got contacts there. Well, I got contacts everywhere, you know. Whatever it is to do, purify, a cleanse, now is a really good time, especially before the new year. And then remember that as the veils lift, it's going to piss you off. You know, there's a saying, I don't know who started this saying. It was probably Kurt Vonnegut or Oscar Wilde. The truth, before the truth sets you free, it'll piss you off first. That's the phase we're in right now, my friend. And people are losing their shit. And that's why you need to let them lose their shit and get the fuck out of town. When love no longer, when you start suffering, when you're uncomfortable, when, you know, physically uncomfortable, emotionally uncomfortable, spiritual uncomfortable, any indicators, that is an indicator to you that it's time, move on, get out, let them, you know, so that you don't have to absorb that. It's really blah, 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 and go on and try to be around people who uplift you and that you share space and it's an equal exchange of energy, love, joy, and whatever. Don't waste your time on the people who are not getting it. They've had enough time, okay? And just pray that they will get it. Boom, magic. Okay, next, pray while you're dancing, while you're swimming, whatever you're doing. Turkish baths. Okay, that's coming up really strong, so maybe you should go to the Turkish bath. Or maybe I want to go to the Turkish bath. That's probably why. And then remember, share your thoughts. Speak up. Don't hold back. Don't edit yourself. Don't be rude. Be rude. People will call it rude. Hello, rude boy. Rude boy, look up Rastafari, look up Bob Marley, look up what rude boy is. That's sacred clown shit. Okay, that's jester shit. And that is professional gangster spiritual shit, is what I'm saying. And then lastly, don't forget, you're a rebel. Okay, I love you, and thank you so much, and thank you for your patience. Ciao.